discussing earlier. There's now a huge market for what's called M/M romance out there. A lot of it is written by women. It's written by lesbian women, it's written by bi women, it's written by straight women. Was there ever a moment for you early on where someone said, Patricia, you're going to write a gay love story about two long-distance runners, and are you crazy? Like, was that ever introduced as a concern? Because that's something that would probably be said to a writer, even today, if they were shooting to write a book that they wanted to be, you know, a bestseller, which
Right.
not everybody shoots for, but...
Well, Chris, that's a great question. And bear in mind, I was in the closet, so there wasn't anybody to say this to me because nobody but me had any idea what was going on with me. And I came to it kind of step by step through this whole world of long-distance running and being involved in sports politics. And there was the moment, like I said earlier, oh my God, what a story there is here. Somebody's got to write this story. And it started out originally being a story about a lesbian coach and her female runner.
Oh,
Interesting.
Because, after all, I was a woman runner, and I
write about what you know.
Write about what, you know, being out there on the road, running marathons, and having the physical experience of, you know, that I was able to translate into the story. And after writing 2 or 3 chapters, I began to realize, all by myself, because I was just alone with this project, that the story wasn't working because there were no women track coaches at the time.
Oh.
Nobody was going to believe the story. And I wanted it to have a real non-fiction ring to it. I wanted it to read like a real-life Harlan Brown had sat down some years after the fact when he was finally able to deal with it and sat down to the typewriter, no computers yet, and tell his story to be published as a book. And I thought, well, I guess I better write the story about men. And so it was simply a decision that I made about the story and how it worked, and it didn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, this whole politically correct question of that only women should write about women and only men should write about men is kind of nonsensical.
Right.
Right.
Because writers write about everything.
Life.
You write about life, and we have to write now and then about things that we haven't necessarily personally experienced, but that's what we have imagination for.
I have to tell
Duh.
you,
It's
I
the
know, and I've
point.
had this experience recently. I was aware of this exploding genre of male romance being written by women, and I had in my head dismissed it and thought, what could they possibly know about what I get up to? You know, blah, 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 blah. And I began to read it, largely in part because Amazon makes it so easy to obtain now. It was the gay bookstores were closing. It was harder to get. And I need to tell you, these women are blowing my doors off. And my drawers off.